Hey guys, I'm Janelle and welcome back to another video. In case you missed the memo, the season of pumpkin spice is officially upon us. And what better way is there to enjoy your morning pumpkin spice latte than with one of these delicious pumpkin spice breakfasts? I've got 3 recipes to show you, and whether you've got a little bit of time, no time at all, or tons of time in the morning to whip up a breakfast, these 3 pumpkin spice recipes have got you covered to give you your daily recommended intake of pumpkin spice. So without further ado, let's just get right into the recipes. Alright, starting out with these pumpkin spice Bliss balls. These are seriously so delicious, you guys, and they make for a perfect grab-and-go breakfast, or if you just don't usually have a huge appetite in the morning. Let's start. First, you're going to want to grab yourself a food processor or a high-speed blender and add some soaked medjool dates. I soak them just to make them a little softer and easier to blend. Then we're adding some pumpkin puree, obviously because this is a pumpkin spice recipe. Then some sunflower seed butter for a little bit of plant-based protein and some healthy fats. And a touch of maple syrup just for that delicious maple flavor and a little bit of sweetness, plus some vanilla extract. Then we're just going to seal it and pulse the mixture until it becomes kind of a uniform paste so that it blends better with the dry ingredients. Now we're going to add in the rolled oats. I used gluten-free because gluten is the devil. And then I added in some oat flour, which is just some oats that I blended up in my blender. Then some ground flaxseed to help it bind. And of course that delicious pumpkin pie spice. And now we're just going to seal it and pulse it until it slowly starts to combine into a dough. Then turn up the speed until it is looking something like this. If there's any sticking to the sides, you can scrape it down with a spatula or a spoon. And from there, we're just going to add in our last ingredient, which is some vegan chocolate chips. And no need to pulse it here. You can just simply stir them in with your spatula. And that is your Bliss ball dough. Now comes the fun part. Grab yourself a tablespoon and we're just gonna roll out approximately 2 tablespoon sized balls of dough until they are, rolled into these pretty little bite-sized Bliss balls, and repeat. I got about 14 of these balls. Depending on how big you make them, you could get less, you could get more. But that's it. They are so good. They are sweet. They are pumpkin spicy. They're the perfect bite. They're chewy. Keep them in the fridge so they last up to a week or more. And they're a perfect grab-and-go breakfast. Great with a coffee or, dare I say, pumpkin spice latte. And there you go. Enjoy. Moving on to this delicious pumpkin spice cranberry apple baked oatmeal, because if pumpkin spice had a couple best friends, I would say it would be cranberries and apples. So grab yourself a large-ish casserole dish and we're going to add in our dry ingredients, starting with our rolled oats and oat flour and some coconut sugar just for a little bit of natural kind of caramelly sweetness. We're going to add in our spices, which is some pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, and ginger, plus a little baking powder to help it rise, and some salt just to bring out all the flavors. Then just take a whisk or a spatula and whisk that all together in the casserole dish. No need to do this in a separate bowl because who really wants to dirty another dish? We're adding our pumpkin puree into a large bowl with some unsweetened plant milk. I used soy. And we're going to add in some flax eggs, which is just 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed with 5-ish tablespoons of water, plus a teaspoon of vanilla extract just for some extra sweet flavor. And then we're just going to whisk that all together until it's a uniform pumpkin mixture. Then we're going to pour that into the dry oat mixture, and then we're just going to combine it all together. Make sure that it is all mixed together very well and there's no dry spots remaining, because nobody wants a chunk of dry oats or flour in their mouth. And then we're gonna finish it off by adding in our fresh fruit, which is 1 Honeycrisp apple and a cup of fresh cranberries. You can totally use frozen as well. No need to thaw them. They will cook and release their juices when you pop them in the oven. Speaking of which, we're going to do that and bake it in the oven for 30 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to come out looking all nice and golden, and it's going to smell so good. That's it. So easy. This literally takes hardly any time at all, minimal effort. I love baked oatmeal. It's so simple and straightforward. It makes such great meal prep. A great thing about this oatmeal is that if you just let it cool down in the pan until it's firmed up a bit, you can cut it into little bars and enjoy them as a snack as well, if this is not something you're going to eat for breakfast. If you are going to eat it for breakfast though, I love topping it with some nuts. Here I'm using some chopped walnuts, and I'm just adding a touch of maple syrup just because I like it a little bit sweeter. It's already pretty sweet, but I just love the flavor of maple syrup. And that is it, my friends. This is so nourishing, so filling. It's delicious. It tastes like fall. The apples make it so juicy and sweet, and the cranberries add this lovely tartness. I hope you guys really love this recipe. And last but certainly not least, we are making a pumpkin spice smoothie for all you smoothie lovers out there. This only uses a small handful of ingredients, but they are delicious, and it is a nourishing little smoothie that's actually quite filling too. So we're going to start by adding in our pumpkin puree into our blender with a few soaked medjool dates just for some natural whole food sweetness, plus a little bit of rolled oats for fiber and to help thicken up the smoothie a bit, plus our pumpkin pie spice. I'm also adding some unsweetened plant milk. I used soy and some vanilla extract just for some delicious flavor, and I'm adding in 1 frozen banana just to make it cold and chilly and for some extra natural sweetness. And then blend it up until it looks something like this. You can also add in ice cubes as well if you like your smoothies extra cold. And that is it. Of all the breakfast recipes in this video, I would say that this one is probably the most pumpkin spicy of them all. It's like having pumpkin pie for breakfast, but in a smoothie. It's so good. It's refreshing. If you are not quite ready to let go of summer yet and you still want to enjoy something pumpkin spice that's cold and chilly, this one is for you. If you want, you can make it a little extra fancy pants by adding some cinnamon on top or a little bit of extra pumpkin pie spice. Enjoy this pumpkin spice smoothie. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you loved it. If you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe below to our channel and hit that notifications bell while you're at it. Let me know in a comment down below as well which of these pumpkin spice breakfast recipes you are most curious to try, because I actually would love to know. Love chatting with you guys. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!